It's time for Dads Making a Difference, powered by First Things First. This transformative show will help you learn how to handle the stress of fatherhood, how to better relate to your child, navigate the child support system, and all things that come with being a dad. With your hosts, Reggie Madison and James Frankie Woods.
When we got into this line of work several years ago, was our guest today. He had recently become a father and was on the journey to becoming a single dad. We don't recognize the number of single fathers in our community. Now, admittedly, he was a little older than you sometimes expect for somebody beginning the single fatherhood journey. But watching his journey as a dad the last, I believe, 8 years has been nothing short of amazing. He's a man I have the utmost respect for as a father, as a man of God, as a hard worker, and is just an all-around good guy. He loves his daughter loves him. Quite frankly, he simply embodies so much of what a father should embody. And man, your daughter is so blessed as a result. We want to welcome David Gunn to Dad's Making a Difference today. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
How you feeling today?
Oh, I'm feeling great. I'm glad to be here.
Gotcha. Man, I'm so glad we finally get to have you on. This show it's all about changing the narrative, and you don't meet just what people are going to hear today. Sometimes they don't realize how much a father cares, right?
Exactly.
And so, but before we jump into it, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where you from? What was your family and life situation like growing up?
Well, I'm from Chattanooga, Tennessee. I was raised by a single parent, single mother. She had 3 siblings. So I also come up with the single parent deal, So I knew a little bit about being a parent from that. But as my younger youth, I stirred away from that situation. I have an older daughter, which was in and out of my life because of my mistakes.
Oh, okay.
So this second chance that I got, I warned to grasp it and to get it closer to me and to show the love that I had from my parent.
Yeah.
So
cool.
I went through a situation which my daughter's mother had her kids taken from her.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that journey.
And so at the time, I was dumbfounded to what to do. I didn't know. I had a friend at that time that worked at First Thing First, Tanya Rooks.
I don't know Tanya well, man.
Right. Good friend of mine. We've been friends for years. And so she seen my pain. And I would actually come to her a lot at the time because my daughter's auntie had custody of my daughter and her other 2 siblings. And so she said, "Hey, Dave, I got a good deal for you." She said, I work at First Thing First. They have a great program called Dad Makes a Difference. She said, and they can help you to figure out what your problem is and what you need to do to get with your daughter or to get your daughter. Because that was all what was on my mind is what should I do and how can I do and who can help me get my daughter.
Yes, sir.
So that was my situation, and wow, she turned me on to Dad Makes a Difference, and hey, it bloomed from there. I took it firsthand. I mean, it was a 13-week course that I went through, and I was all hands on.
Yes, sir.
And I want to let you know that the course taught me how to use the system, because as a man, most of us men, we don't know how to use the system. We want to strong arm it.
Right.
And no, you don't strong arm it. You finesse the system.
Yes, sir.
You let the system teach you how to be a better man, father, and parent.
You hear that, fella?
And that's exactly what First Things First, Dad Makes a Difference taught me. So I stayed in it. We had guys in the program that would come in, and I guess they would look at me like, wow, what is this old guy doing? Hey, I'm trying to get my daughter.
Yes, sir.
150% was on my mind was to get my daughter. I Yeah, child support. If I had to pay child support, I didn't worry about that. And at the time, I was paying child support to my daughter's auntie. So, but my main objective was to just get after my daughter and to get custody of my daughter. So
walk us through. You said your daughter was taken away from her mom.
Right.
Right. Did she go into state custody or did she go? Where did she go?
Well, immediately. And that's the thing that, like I say, because of me not knowing,
right?
Because her auntie, as a lady, and they, most women go through systems that she already knew to go straight down and get immediate custody of her nieces.
So daughter was taken, and the mother's side of the family, they knew what to do.
They knew what to do. And don't get me wrong, which they love my daughter too. So. And that was all well and fine, but me as being a dad and I was already a father figure to my daughter, I wanted more. I didn't just want the love to be a distant love because I had been through that in the past. No, I wanted my love to come straight hand to my daughter because I loved her with everything I had. So
they took your daughter, your daughter. And they awarded her to the auntie?
Yes.
And then what did you do?
And so the steps of Dad Makes a Difference through the weeks, it showed us the steps to do. And I first, I got visiting rights. That was my first step. And what the program teaches you to do is to, you have to take your time, you have to let the system work for you, and you have to go through these steps. If you try to violate the steps of the program, then it's just going to push you further back. Listen to your administrators, listen to the people that's running the system, and everything will work out for you. You can't go in and strong arm the system, like I said.
Man, I wish I could put you on repeat. Like, walk around with a button, because I talk to so many fathers, I can just press a button and say, hear what he got to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's just the honest truth.
Yes, sir.
That's the honest truth, man.
Right.
Oh, man, it's so good to hear from somebody who has been through the program, man.
How long did it take?
Well, it actually took the whole, my whole system, it took about 2.5 years. Because I went through the process, like I said, of first getting visiting rights, and then I went back again to the court system, and then they awarded me joint custody with the aunt. But at the time, even when I had joint custody, I had already got my daughter in to live with me. And the number one thing that, as a father, as a dad trying to get your child, you have to know you have to be in position. You have to put yourself in position. You have to have a place for that child to stay. You have to have a place for transportation. You have to have a car to get that child back and forth to school, back and forth to the doctor, or to any event that child need to go to. And so the judge look at stuff like that. Put yourself in position. You can't be out here still wilding out and say, oh, I want my child.
Right.
That don't work, because the system has a certain method that they go through to make sure that child is going to be properly housed, properly fed, clothed, and get schooling.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that the system have to have for that child and for you to get that child. So, and then after I went through the joint custody, and finally we went through a situation of I went for my full custody range, and immediately that judge, I was going in front of the same judge, and so he seen that I stayed up on what I needed to stay up on, and I was in the position to handle my daughter by myself. And this is one thing that men have to understand and dads have to understand. You, as a father and the mother has the full rights to that child. Mm-hmm. Even though the grandparents might get the child or aunties might get the child, your father and the mother has the rights to that child over anybody. Mm. So that's another thing that I did learn through the system, because I was scared to, really go up against the family. I say, because they was already ready and was set up, and they love my daughter also, great, and which we still interact with them as of today. I make sure my daughter interact with her family, cousins, grandmother, But the thing to it is, if you're a man, you have to go through the system, and you have to not be afraid to step out there and put yourself out there 100% to get your child.
Man, you pretty much answered a lot of our questions that we want to ask you.
Right.
And now this is my next question to you is, talk to us about being a father. What was your biggest challenge of being a father?
My biggest challenge was being a father was I was going to be a single father, a single parent. And that meant I had to do everything. I couldn't take off a day. I had to make sure I had her clothes, I had her fed, I had somewhere for her to stay. I had to get her back and forth to school, back and forth to the doctor, back and forth to the dentist. I had to feed her every day. And if I was sick, I had to just stick my head under the pillow, shake my head off, and come up out of there fighting, because my daughter didn't understand that. Well, Daddy, you sick, so you can't do this today? No, she don't understand that. You still have to get up and be strong and be a man and be that father and get it done.
Wow. So, after your daughter, she 8?
She's 8 now. Yes.
Beautiful girl.
Yes.
Beautiful
Yes.
girl.
Definitely.
What has made you the most proud as a dad?
Well, what's made me the most proud is it was rough at first with her in her schooling, because I was working, and a lot of the times I didn't have all the time to deal with her school. And so I had to understand that it's stuff out there to help her. So now I have her in tutoring. My daughter goes to school almost year round. Even in the summer, I got her in tutoring classes. Yes. I got her in summer reach programs. But here's the thing: don't be scared to ask for help. And this is the thing that a lot of younger men, you think that you have to do it all on your own. No, you don't. You have family, friends, and it's a saying: it takes a village to raise a child.
Back to the village.
So ask for help. Warn that help into your life. Don't be afraid of it.
Yeah,
Yes.
man, that's a lot of like why dads make a difference in different things, are to help provide a community. Know that there's other guys that encourage, support, that are on your team. You know what I'm saying? That's a big, not just guys,
but family and friends.
Right.
Definitely. Yes. Yes.
So, have you ever felt overwhelmed by all this responsibility?
Oh man, that's all the time.
Like, what parent is?
You know what I'm saying? I actually carry a Shrek rag in my back pocket. No, but the overwhelming is actually exciting.
Yes, sir.
Because you say, wow, what is this day going to bring to me today? Because something is going to happen that you have never dealt with before. Gotcha. And when it comes to you, you just, suck it up and, man up and do what you have to do.
Man.
Whew. Man, I'm like you, man.
I'm gonna just throw my questions away.
I'm just gonna be sending people this recording, right? I need you to listen, right?
Please.
And so you're watching your daughter grow.
Right.
Now tell us what do you see as you're watching her, all this time and getting that up close and personal look. What do you see?
Well, I see a young lady, a young girl that's, she has a lot of questions herself, because from the start, she couldn't figure out, okay, well, I know my dad is raising me, and I know my dad is a little bit older than most of my friends' dads, So
how old are you?
I'm 61.
Okay.
Actually, I was actually 53 when my daughter was born.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people look at me as, wow, you still doing it well. And whatever God created for a person to produce, that's what he created. That's not something that, I can pick and choose on. Yes, so what happened, and that was a miracle thing for me, and I embraced it, and I love it. And but as far as my daughter, it's just amazing to watch her. And a girl is different. With us boys, you could throw a shirt on her and some jeans on a boy and throw them out there into the street and into the woods or whatever the case may be, and they cool. But a little girl, you have to pamper them and wipe their knees off. Right. Hey, man, you know what I mean? So, and some people would even say, because I guess she's my angel, and I might even spoil her a little bit. So I'm a little bit overprotected on her, and it might be of my age being the way I am, But yeah, that's girls are a lot different from boys.
Yes. Say more. Like I want to hear more about that.
Yes.
Did she need affection? Did she need a lot of hugs?
Oh, a lot of that. She now and here's the thing too now. So grant this, because kids grow up faster nowadays.
They seem like
so. I give her a lot of hugs, and I mean, not one day go by that I don't tell her. And every morning when I let her out for school, I always tell her, remember, Daddy loves you and be good. I tell her this every day. Wow, one day, I remember that morning we had got into a little, differences, and so I was mad at her. So, and boy, I let her out for school that morning, and I didn't tell her I loved her. You talking about I had one of the worst days of my life.
Oh, man.
Because that's all I could think about was, wow, regardless of whatever, never let your child leave out that house without you telling them you love them. Because you never know what's going to go on through that day.
Yes, sir.
And so my whole day was just terrible, man. I went to work, and I'm a painter. I work for a painting company. So I think I was dipping my brush in the wrong paint. Oh, man. And maybe not that extreme, but I'm just saying.
I'm a father of women. I understand.
Yes, man.
If he ever come paint my house, I'm be like, look, don't you come over here if you ain't told your daughter you love her.
I really, really had a bad day. So that's something that I always will remember, regardless of however, you deal with your kids, because, children is children. Children going to make mistakes, and you're going to go through the little ruckus and stuff, especially in the mornings, But regardless of all that, I always show them love. Always.
Sir. Yes, sir. So what would you encourage, like, single fathers that out there going through similar situations that you go through or went through? What would you tell those single fathers, encourage them?
I would tell them to be patient.
Yes, sir.
Understand that things don't always happen that you want to happen. And things don't just fall in your lap. You have to go out there and get them. You have to reach out there for things, and you have to make sure that you meet people that can help you, and ask for help. Don't be scared to ask for help. Don't be that big guy, that big rough and tough guy from the streets to where you can't ask for help, because you never know where your help is going to come from.
That's good. That's one thing. Ask for help. You don't have to do this by yourself.
Right.
And so my suspicion is you've learned a lot about yourself in the last 8 years that you did not know.
Definitely.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, definitely. I didn't know. Well, like I say, I go back to me thinking that I was the rough and tough guy, and I could do everything on my own. I went through. I have an older daughter, which is she's 32, and so I wasn't there all the time. And but at that time, I had family. My family was involved, and she comes from a good family. So, but I didn't know that it was people out there that could help me with my situation of knowledge, trying to be the bad, tough guy. If you just ask people, or you just warn in opportunities for programs, like Dad Makes a Difference at First Thing First, which y'all have a lot of different programs that help young guys to see their way through.
Yes, sir.
Because a lot of times younger people, they can't see the light. All you know is just this one straight and narrow road. Well, it's systems out there to help you understand that it's a broader life if you just ask for the help.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, you've mentioned, and there's a lot of guys that, have kind of, it's almost like you've been given a second chance.
Right.
Right?
That's right.
I think you said that earlier on. And you know a lot more now than you knew then.
Right.
What would you say? Like because let's just say your 32-year-old daughter listens to this. What would you want her to hear?
I want her to hear that don't fault your dad for the mistakes he made. I made mistakes as I was a younger guy, but I still love her. And right today, boy, we the best of friends. Right today, wow, it's amazing. And she helps me with my younger daughter, her and her sister. And I have a grandson that's a month younger than Deja. So,
Deja's your daughter.
It's all type of trouble going on.
Right. Yeah. So and they just buddies also. So yeah, but my older daughter, she helps me a lot. We probably went through our trials and tribulations, but as she got older and now to where I'm at, we became the best of friends, and we talk and we laugh and we joke, and she Deja goes to see her, and it's amazing the age that you grow from where you was when you was a younger guy.
Man, I hope everyone that's listening realizes just how great a guy you are, and how, it's never too late, and how God can really turn some things around and make it work.
Right.
You know?
That's
right. It's you have some of the help you need, even from your own daughter.
Right.
And we have all made mistakes.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Right. But your kids still need you.
Yes, they always need you, regardless. And here's the thing: what you have to know that, and you're always going to be their parent.
Yes, sir.
And so it's no getting rid of that. So that's why I say don't look down on yourself. Ask for forgiveness and be glad and proud that you can learn and grow up. Because when you're young, even as a young adult, you still have to grow up, and be this parent and father and mother figure to your children.
Ain't that the
and,
truth?
and once you learn that about yourself, oh man, you just be a better person.
Yeah.
Oh man, you have said some amazing stuff to me today, and I can share this with everybody. I have just met you today and heard your story, and I always like to give my flowers.
Right.
So I'm about to tell you something. I hope it moves you like the way you just moved me as a man. Today I want to say thank you, because you encouraging me again to be able to be a better father.
Right.
From those words that you just shared with Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I just want to say, today we giving you your flowers for not giving up.
Right.
For being a father, for being an advocate for dads making a difference. And just being a father who's trying to teach women that it's okay, and men it's okay to mess up and step back into the kids' lives. Right. So today we want to say thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We really want to say thank you.
It's okay to love your kids. It's okay to, to mess up but be soft with them, to be different than you were growing up. Is this, man.
The words of my favorite brother over here, it's cool to be a dad, long as you are a dad.
Yep.
Right.
So we got 5 questions that we about to ask you, man. We got 5 questions we about to get into, so I'm going to be really quick with them. What makes dads irreplaceable?
The love and the strength from that dad. Children, I think, tend to need protection from their dad, and the strength and the love that dad shows them children gives them the knowledge of protection that they get from their dad.
Wow, I like that. What's the funnest or the most outrageous thing you've ever done with any of your daughters?
And we'll go back to Deja again on that situation. It was actually an event happened at church. I goes to Inner Peace Church, and so they was having a children's choir day or children's program, and so Deja had a little few lines at the end of the program that she had to say, and matter of fact, she was doing a little subcom singing ordeal, and when she did her little part, I was up in front with my telephone filming, and she did her little part, and when it was over, all the church members got up to applaud the kids, and it just scared her, and it was a little stage, so she jumped off the stage and ran over to me and jumped over in my arms and just held me real tight, man. I mean, it was just amazing,
man.
And it made me feel so much love.
Yeah.
The love that I had for her and the love that she had for me, So, yes, that was an amazing thing.
That security that a dad provides, it's untouchable.
Gotcha. So what advice would you give your younger self?
My younger self
Yes, sir.
would be to know that it's okay to make a mistake. Still, you have to know to love your kids, your family, and friends, because it's always friends and family out there to help you if you let them help you. Don't push any of your loved ones away or friends that are trying to hold their hand out to help you.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good. What are the biggest barriers that you see for non-traditional fathers?
Biggest barriers, and I will say again, my situation is that I know that I have to handle my daughter's life, even though, like I say, it takes a village to raise a family, and that's all well and fine, and that's great. That's a great deal. But I have to be there 100%. It's no get up in the morning and I take that morning off and her mother helps me right then at that time. I have to do this every morning. Yes, so every morning, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, I have to be there for her.
Definitely understand. If you could take your teenage daughter anywhere and provide them with any experience, what would that be?
I would like for her to experience, or even if it was a boy, my son, I would like for him or her to experience volunteer work.
Yes, sir.
Showing that helping others, people appreciate it. And then they also get to know different cultures and different people. You meet different people in volunteering, and it shows the gift that you already have, the love that you have. You giving love out to someone else.
Yes, sir.
David, I mean, it's so often people get focused on what they don't have and what they didn't know. And to see you giving what you do know and wanting to expand and expose them to things that maybe you weren't exposed to, growing up is, man, it's people don't understand how much the dad can love his daughter,
right,
his children.
Right.
And I mean, that's what emanates from you. Right. Every time I talk to you,
I
just
can feel
the
it.
love that he has for his children, it's inspiring. So, yes. David, thanks for being on the show today. We are so grateful for you. And,
yes, we are.
And we just want everybody to go make a difference.
Go make a difference.
You've been listening to Dads Making a Difference, powered by First Things First. Join us for our next episode.